Hi, thank you for joining me. My name is Anita Dixon. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Wyoming, Minnesota. In today's video, I am going to show you how to make a beautiful panoramic card. I've been having so much fun making cards with this fun card layout using a variety of designer papers. I have several samples to share with you at the end of this video. The designer paper used on this card is called Wonderful World. It can be found in the July to August 2022 Sale-a-Bration brochure on page 14. There are samples also on page 15. The designer paper is bundled with the stamp set, also called Wonderful World. They are available for a limited time. When you make a qualifying purchase during the months of July and August, you will receive this bundle for free. I love the designer paper. They are so beautiful. The card that I'm going to make today uses a piece of the designer paper from the same designer pack called Wonderful World. Look at all the beautiful flowers. The materials that we are going to need to make this card are a piece of the designer paper, a piece of coordinating cardstock. I'm using Starry Sky today, one of our new in colors, and a piece of white cardstock. To begin, I created a template. And I numbered each of the pieces as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, with the cardstock measurements at the top and the designer paper measurements at the bottom. Because there is a pattern to the designer paper, it is important to cut a bit off the top and the bottom, so the pattern will continue once the pieces are placed side by side. And you can see that with the roses on this card. So let's begin to make this card. First, the card base is 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. The solid colored cardstock measures 5 inches by 4 1/8 inch. Starting with the 5-inch side at the top, I'm going to measure over 1.5 inches and cut. This will be our centerpiece of the card, and I'm going to lay it right there under number 3. Next, I'm going to cut the remaining cardstock at 7/8 inch each, 4 pieces, with the same 5-inch side at the top. One and 2 and 3 and 4. Now the next step is to cut 1/2 inch off 2 of the pieces. These are for panels 2 and 3, or 2 and 4. This one and 2. Next, we are going to take the remaining 2 panels, 1 and 5, and we are going to cut 1 inch off of each of those. Next, we're going to cut our designer paper. And the designer paper measures 4 3/8 inch by 4 inches high. And we're going to put this 4 3/8 inch at the top of the paper trimmer. And we are going to cut 3/4 inch off the right side of the paper. Next, we are going to cut 1/2 inch off the top and 1/2 inch off the bottom. And this is for number 5. Next, with the same 4 3/8 inch at the top, we're going to cut 3/4 inch off the left side. And then we are going to cut 1/2 inch off the top and 1/2 inch off the bottom. That one goes here. Now, with the 4 3/8 inch at the top again, we are going to cut 3/4 inch off the right side and 3/4 inch off the left side again. And this time we're only going to cut 1/4 of an inch off the top and the bottom. And this time we're going to cut off the left side, 3/4 of an inch. And this piece, we don't cut any off the top or the bottom. And that should fit perfect with a 1/16 of an inch around each. We're going to cut 1/4 of an inch off the bottom and 1/4 of an inch off the top. And this one will fit right here. All of the pieces should line up. I'm going to put this aside. And now we are ready to adhere our pieces together. I'm using multi-purpose liquid glue, but you could use whatever adhesive is your preference. And this. This one. Now the centerpiece. I love the liquid glue because it is a little forgiving. I can move it around if I need to. Number 4 and number 5. Love that starry sky paper. It's so pretty. Yeah. Now we are ready to assemble our card. I'm going to line up the center of my paper with the 0. This one will be our center. This one goes here. Got this one here. Just about a 1/16 of an inch between each. There is a little bit extra on the side, maybe 1/8 of an inch on the two ends. This, and they are ready to be assembled. Isn't it a beautiful card? I'm going to start with the center. And got a 1/16 of an inch at the top and the bottom. I'm going to do this one. Lining that up with about a 1/16 of an inch in between. This one. Here. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And one more. Whoops, I think I need a little bit more space in there. About like that. That's pretty. All right, one more. Line that up. Like this. Now I did stamp some greetings ahead of time. I stamped a happy birthday. I wasn't quite sure where I was going to put it, so I stamped a couple of different sizes. I really like this right here. Kind of takes up that white space there. That one seems a little bit small, and I think it fits perfect right here. So we'll just use some dimensionals. on the back, one on the top, bottom, and maybe a couple in the middle. Move those. And the card really does go together pretty quickly, like that. And I did make a bow ahead of time using some ribbon. I wasn't quite sure if I would like that or not, but I also have some rhinestones, and those would be really pretty on there, I think. I think I'll put one right here and another one right here. Need a little bit of bling on the card. There. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It's such a pretty card. It could be used for any occasion, whether it's a birthday, a thinking of you, even a sympathy card. Now, I promised to show you some other cards that I've made using this same card layout. And here is another card that's made with the same Wonderful World designer paper. I added some other greetings to it. Here's another one. This one uses the perfectly penciled designer paper from our idea book and catalog. Here is another card. This one is from the Rings of Love designer paper. And here's the masculine card, or it could be for anyone who loves to do camping. And this is from He's the Man designer paper. And here is my last card. This is from Rings of Love again. This is one of these Sale-a-Bration papers that you can receive free. These two are both from the same designer series packet. I hope that you enjoyed my demonstration today and the cards, and that they inspire you to create. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.